So in this video we will discuss about the main settings of the Panorom tool. So you see usually the function or the configuration can be accessed by the right clicking either on the scene itself, or you can go to this banner and you click on the thumbnail and you get some extra functions. But these settings are applied to the whole tour and not only to the scene that you're working on. So what do we have on the settings? We have height and we have thumbnail bar. We will discuss about these two in a separate video, but in this video we will discuss about the rest of them. So let me start by auto rotate, because this is the one of the features that most of people use. So for auto rotate you can have a speed. Let's say for example I give it 2 degrees per second, and you can see that it gets auto rotated. You can also give negative values. For example, if I give -2, you can see that it rotates the opposite direction. And the other feature is that you can give it only to the first scene. So if I give it, for example, right now, if I go to another scene, you can see the other scene also auto rotates. But if I give it only to the first scene, you can see that this is the first scene, and when I go to the second scene, you don't see any auto rotation anymore. And this is usually what the user wants. For example, when they come on the first scene, let me come on the first scene, this auto rotate shows them that this is something they can interact with. This is something that is not a still image. But as soon as they start interacting, then they don't need to have auto rotate anymore, because they know that this is a tour, this is a visual tour, and they can interact with it. So you can have this only first scene activated. And also do not use very large values, because this auto rotate is a very kind of heavy process. And if you use very large values, then or very high speed, then for the devices that are kind of like cannot handle that auto rotate, the experience might not be so good. So about 1 or 2, the values of 1 or 2 are suitable. So let me put it back to 0. Okay, what are the other configuration? So we have the font, and we have the font size that says auto or fixed. So font size of auto means that the font size is taken from or inherited from the document itself. But you can also have it a fixed. For example, in this case, like you can have it 14 pixel fixed font size. And you have a font type. Font type means it has 2 options, default or same as page. Default is coming directly from the tool, from the plugin itself. And you can also configure it same as page. It means that it inherits the font type from your page, from the document. And we have the zoom option, so you can have it like a more kind of zoomed out or more zoomed in, given to the whole tour. But usually the default value is suitable for different devices. So you can also have the mouse zoom. Mouse zoom, that means that people with the mouse, with the scroll wheel of the mouse, they can zoom in and zoom out. But it's better to keep this off, because sometimes people come to the tour and they cannot scroll up and down anymore. But the option is there. So we discussed about auto rotate. Transition. Transition means that moving from one scene to the other can be smooth. For example, if I give it 1 second and now I go to the kitchen again, you can see the scenes kind of merge into each other. Yeah. So what is the next option? We have the auto load. Yeah, when the auto load is off, means that the user should click here to start the tour or load the image. But it's better to keep it on, so that as soon as the page starts, the tour also loads. We have the compass. So if we enable the compass, you can see the direction that the user is looking will be shown here at the compass, by the compass. So what else? So we have icons. We will have also a separate video about the icons. And we have the logo, so you can add your own logo. For example, here I will choose this logo, and put a fixed size for the logo. You can also have the link to your website. Apply it, yeah, you can see the logo appears here on the top. Then we have the placeholder image. Placeholder image means that instead of this Panorom placeholder image, you can have another image. So when the tour is being loaded, that image will be shown. But usually this is already good enough. And then at the end you have the audio. First I enable the audio, and you can select the file, audio file, and it also has the play condition after user interaction or after icon click. By the way, here you can in each configuration or in each option, you can see this note, this pop-up note that gives more information about that option. For example, here it says that the result is only shown on the output page. Okay, so I leave it like this and I will save it. So let's go to the output page and I refresh it. Yeah, you can hear the music that will be played when the user go around this tour. Let me turn up the music. So these were the settings options. By the way, I want to also mention another thing. Sometimes you apply a setting and you see that the result is not shown in the output. The reason is mostly because you are using a cache plugin. For example, here I'm using the Lightspeed cache. And before applying the settings or doing any change in the tour, I will deactivate my cache. And when all my changes are done and I save my tour, then I can activate it again. So if you see that your changes are not shown on the output, most probably this is the reason. You have a caching plugin.